Morning, everyone. Kelly Hushin here from the eTail blog, and I'm in the eTail blog booth again. Come visit us at 811. I'm here with Bert DuMars from Forrester. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. So Bert just gave a great presentation, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things you highlighted. You're talking about marketing innovation, and obviously Forrester does some great analytics around this. So I was hoping you could share a little bit of details of some of the case studies that you talked about. I know you mentioned Skinny Girl, Chick-Fil-A. Is there anything you can kind of highlight about innovation? It's such a general term, but maybe we can dial down.
Yeah, I know. When I've been doing my research, I've been looking at how are marketers innovating going forward. And because there's so much pressure coming from both their major competitors and their unknown competitors. And the unknown competitors are much smaller players that are coming out of the woodworks because it's so cheap now to build a brand, start a company, even get manufacturing and distribution. You don't have to own any of that anymore. So you can be a digital disruptor at a very low cost. So if you're a major brand, you've got to start innovating. You have to innovate faster. And a lot of these brands have been very successful, which has made them risk averse, or what I call pragmatists. And they only innovate when they have to, or when they have a little extra money on the side. But now they're moving more towards being customer obsessed, which means they're innovating at the pace of the customers or innovating ahead of the customers, realizing that the customers are migrating. So when you think about a case study, one that I like to highlight is 7-Eleven.
Okay.
7-Eleven realized that they were developing data out of their 8,000 plus stores and 9 million plus transactions a day, but they really weren't using it for a lot. They were using it mostly just for operations. How could they use it for marketing? So they actually developed an API strategy. They opened up the API strategy and did a hackathon at South by Southwest. And now they develop a mobile app. And they've set this big audacious goal of that by the year of 2020, how could digital represent 50% of their revenue, not disintermediating their stores, but leveraging their stores as a platform.
Wow.
So they're thinking way out, how do I change my business? That's
amazing. I can't imagine 7-Eleven being a digital brand, but I guess, we're thinking differently these days.
I know they've really changed their mindset, and they've changed their culture, and I think that's the key, right? It's moving your cultural mindset from we win in this space, we win with this core competency, to our core competency is much broader, we just didn't realize it, and how can we take advantage of that core competency? So if you think about it, I have a store, I have physical space. If I have an app, I can offer services to my local customers. I can make a hyper-local service, hyper-local products. Maybe somebody needs something for their birthday. I could have stores that carry certain products for birthdays. I could have, you need something right now, 7-Eleven is the convenient location. It's close by your house. You can go get it really quickly. You could check with your mobile app if it's even there in stock. Or if it's not, they'll send you to another one that's just a little further away.
Right. Speaking of innovation, I've heard a lot about brands that are going from pure play just online to actually transitioning into the brick and mortar space. Do you think that that's going to be an increasing trend? Has Forrester looked into that at all?
We've started to, and I think it will be, because the e-commerce is one touch point, physical stores are another touch point, even if they're just a showroom. And you have to think of now, you have to kind of have a post-digital mindset. You have to go start thinking of, what is the relationship I want to have with my customers? I don't want a commodity relationship, because then it's all about price, and all about price means big players win.
Right.
But or very low cost players win. Either way, you're commoditizing. But if I have a relationship with you, you prefer to be with me. If I offer you a unique experience, the relationship gets stronger. And if I'm there for you when you need me, I build an even stronger relationship for you. So those are the things that you need to really think about as a brand.
Right. And you mentioned all the data that 7-Eleven has, 9 million transactions a day. Do you think that's one of the biggest challenges retailers are dealing with today, is just the sheer amount of data and what to do with it?
I think that was a problem that they had in the past. They're getting much better at it. And we all talk about this in terms of big data. I call it actionable data, because there's lots and lots of data that's very meaningless, but there's data that really tells you something you need to know about your customers and trends and what they're doing. And so as you think about actionable data, and how do I take this data, wrap intelligence around it, and then help my stores sell better, help my stores deliver a better service, help make sure that my store shelves look the best, my products are in the right places, right? So think about that as actionable data. And then what is it, if I don't have it in a physical store, that I can offer them online? They're looking for something, they're in the store, it's not there, but they can easily buy it from me.
Right.
That's the actionable part.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Bert, for being here and joining us, and for your great presentation. And just want to end off on a fun note. What's the best thing you have read lately, be it a book, magazine article, anything? Other than a Forrester report.
Forrester report. Actually, I was just reading about Yahoo and the revitalization of Yahoo, and I think they are really doing a lot to try and rebuild the relationship with their customer. And I think if they look at their whole new world of mobile and apps, I think that's really interesting, and they're really innovating in that space now, where everyone thought they were dead, and now they're an innovator again. So that was kind of a cool story.
All right, cool. Well, we'll have to watch out for that. Thank you so much again for being here.
Okay, thanks.